There are four sources of finance: equity capital, reference capital, debt capital, and internal sources, retained earning and depreciation. Then after we have moved toward the second aspect of this unit, and that is cost of capital. And a cost of capital, we have some practical questions. Okay, in a cost of capital, we have understand or we have tried to understand in the last session that cost of capital is a minimum rate of return that company must be on. Okay, it's called as a hurdle rate. It's called as a target rate. It's called as a rate of return. Simply, it's a particular percentage that company must be on to achieve the objectives or to maintain the same price of the shares in the market. There are four different types of sources. So we have four different types of cost of capital: cost of equity capital, cost of reference capital, cost of debt capital, and cost of internal sources or retainer. Out of the 12, we have started the first one, cost of equity capital. In a cost of equity capital, we have different models to determine the cost of the equity capital. Out of that, the first model is our dividend price approach or dividend rate approach. Yesterday we have discussed that, okay, dividend approach, and we have tried to understand the formula. Here, formula to calculate the cost of equity capital as per the dividend approach is very simple: D divided by NP, and here D stand for dividend, maybe in terms of percentage or maybe in terms of rupees. Okay, so please be here. Here in a yesterday session, we have discussed this with a percentage. Okay, you may do the same calculation with the help of dividend in terms of rupees. Okay, see here, face value is 100, dividend rate is 25%. So you directly say that your dividend is 25 rupees divided by 110. You may directly write like this. There is no issue. Okay, so this is the first practical question. That's why I have written here a percentage. From the next question, we will directly write the amount. Are we clear? Okay, so please open your book and be ready for the next practical question. Just 1 minute, I am sharing the screen. Uh, Question to you. There is a question. Got. Just 1 minute. Huh? Are you ready? So here are question number 2. Now please read the question. Okay. Try to find the values that required to calculate the cost of capital and then write down the formula and put the values. X company issues 20,000 equity shares, each of rupees 100 at a premium of 15%. The company has been paying 20% dividend to equity shareholders for the past 5 years and expect to maintain the same in the future also. Compute the cost of equity capital. So first of all, we need to write the formula. Can you tell me the formula for cost of capital? Here cost of capital means, how we write shortly? Cost of capital means KE. Please remember, cost of capital means K. And here we are discussing equity capital. That's why KE is equal to D divided by NP. Now see the amount directly, okay? See how many percentage dividend? How many percentage dividend? 20%. Okay, 20% dividend is there. So 20% of face value. Always dividend was calculated or always on face value. So here face value is how many rupees? 100. So calculate the 20% of 100. You will get 20 rupees dividend. Okay, 20 rupees dividend per share. Now we need to find NP, net profit. And here net profit means, here net profit means how many rupees? See here we have premium of 15%. So net profit means issue price plus or else face value plus premium minus issue expenses. Okay, but here issue expenses are 0. So here we need to add only 115% premium. So for your easy understanding purpose, I am writing here 100 plus we have premium. That's why I have added here 15 and minus 0. The 0 is for issue expense and we don't have any issue expense in this question. So directly your answer will be, your final stage will be 20 divided by 150. Now do the calculation. 20 divided by 115. You will get 0.1739. Are we clear? Everyone, are we clear about this one? Okay. Let me go for the next question. Suppose in the same question, okay, in the same question, instead of premium, we have discount. Instead of premium, we have discount. Discount of 15%. And how you go for the calculation? And how you go for the calculation? Suppose here in the same question, wait, what? In the same question, we have discount. Then how you go for the calculation? Instead of heading, you need to deduct. Okay. So here calculation is look like KE is equal to D divided by NP, and here D remains same. 25 divided by NP means 100 minus 15 minus 0. 0 means issue expenses. Okay. I'm writing here only for your understanding purpose. It is not necessary to write every time. Now Do the calculation, find out the amount. 25 divided by 85, you will get 0.2941. So are we clear about this one? A premium we need to add, if discount we need to deduct. Okay, this is enough for this method. Let me go for the next method. And the next method is, write down the title, dividend price plus growth approach. Dividend price plus growth approach. Any doubt, any query in the first method? Okay. One more thing here that you need to remember. In some of example, okay, it may have happen that instead of this issue price and this discount, directly market price is given to you. Like this, X company having a 20,000 equity shares, and the market price of each share is 150. Dividend payout ratio is 20%. So in that case, instead of NP, you need to take P0. P0 means current market price, and here the current market price that is 150. Are we clear? If market price is given to you, you need to use a market price. If the market price is not given to you face value, or the issue value is given to you, we need NP. Okay, so now write down the second method, dividend price plus growth approach. Dividend price plus growth approach. All my dear, this method is improved method of last one. ओके जैसे हम धीरे धीरे सीखते हैं, वैसे यहाँ पर जो फाइनेंस मैनेजर्स है, जो एक्सपर्ट है, उन्होंने भी सीखा. उन्होंने पहले क्या बताया कि डिविडेंड के बेस पे हम कॉस्ट कैलकुलेट करते हैं इक्विटी की. बाद फिर उनको रियलाइज हुआ कि सिंगल टाइम डिविडेंड यूज करने से बेटर है कि हम थोड़ा उसको इम्प्रूव करें. Okay? Nobody is perfect. So first they have introduced first approach, dividend price approach. Now some of modifications and in a dividend price approach method. Okay, and that modification is they added the growth. Let me explain this one. The cost of equity capital is calculated on the basis of expected return per share plus growth in a dividend. In the previous version, in the previous method, we are using only expected dividend that company is going to declare every year. Expected dividend for every year, 20%, 25%, 30%, 40%. But in the second method, dividend price plus growth approach method, we are using the same. We are using the expected dividend plus we are using the growth rate. Okay. Suppose see, from the last 5 years, if you see the trend of the dividend, you will find that in the first year, company has declared the dividend of 10 rupees, in the second year 30, in a third year 30, in a fourth year 50, in a fifth year, in the fifth year 50. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years like this. This is the number of years. So what is the indication here? What is the indication here? That every year company is adding some dividend. Every year company adding a dividend of rupees 10. Are we clear? So if I ask the dividend for the, suppose at the 10th year, how many rupees as per this rate? At the 10th year, we are having a dividend of rupees 100. So are we clear? Are we clear about the concept? Concept is very simple. We are using the dividend rate. Okay. Dear dividend rate. This is dividend rate. Okay. This is dividend rate for the second year. This is dividend rate for the fifth year. This is dividend rate for the 10 years. But also we are looking that in the future, what will happen? Suppose this case is reverse. Here company 100, here 90, here 80, 70. Here 60. It means now the dividend will decrease every year. But there is no decrease generally, because if the company decrease the dividend, it adversely affects the share price of the company. So that's why generally company are not doing this practices, okay, in a real life. So this will not a real or practical approach. It is only for understanding purpose. Okay. So are we clear? And that's why this is also known as dividend growth model or approach. Please write down this title, a second name of this method: dividend growth model, dividend growth approach. आपको जो ठीक लगे वो. Now coming to formula. Formula is very simple. यहाँ पे जो formula थी, okay, in a previous method, the same formula is applicable here. Same formula is applicable here, but here we have growth rate, so we need to add that particular rate plus G. So all of you please write down the formula. We are discussing the second method, okay, of cost of equity capital. Dividend rate plus growth. Here KE, cost of equity capital, is equal to D divided by NP plus G. G stands for growth rate. Or else, if market price is given to you, KE is equal to D divided by P0 plus G. Are we clear about the formula? Yes. So let me go for the next practical question. In next practical question, I have tried to cover all the things which are required to do the calculations. Okay. So please be here, be focused, and try to remember all the things that I have written here. Now see here, a company plans to issue 10,000 new shares of rupees 100 each at a par. Okay, here at a par means no premium, no discount. The flotation costs are expected to be 4% of share price. How many? 4%. Now, can you tell me what do you mean by flotation cost? You may Google it, no issue. Okay. %. The company pay a dividend of rupees 12 per initially. Dividend 12 rupees per share initially, and growth in a dividend is expected to be 5%. Calculate the a cost of new issued capital. Question is clear? 10,000 equity shares are there. The face value is 100. Expected flotation cost is 4%. Dividend per share is rupees 12, and dividend growth rate is 5%. यस बोलो, क्या होता है फ्लोटेशन कोस्ट का मतलब? एनी आइडिया? Okay, very good. Flotation cost, okay, is a cost for issuing new shares in the market. Okay, that includes some of cost like some procedure fees, some legal fees, fees of agent, fees of some intermediaries, Are you getting my point? So ultimately, flotation cost is a cost of issuing shares. Okay, so here 4% means if you want to issue 100 rupees shares, you need to pay 4 rupees for that expense. Okay, now try to put the, first of all, write down the formula. Here KE is equal to D divided by NP plus Z. Okay, for your better understanding, let's take here ब्रैकेट. वरना हम क्या करेंगे कि पहले इसको प्लस करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं करना. So see the dividend per share. How many dividend per share? D. How many rupees dividend per share? जेनी बेटा आराम से देखो. डिविडेंड, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट डिविडेंड पर शेयर. नेविल, it already mentioned in the third line, dividend of rupees 12 per share. Okay, so here we write 12. 12 per share means rupees 12 divided by NP. NP means net proceed. Here net proceed means face value plus premium or less discount plus issue expenses. कितने होंगे यहाँ पे इश्यू एक्सपेंसेस? प्रीमियम डिस्काउंट्स को दिया है. We have no information about the other expenses, but we have only flotation cost. Okay, बाकी cost का तो हमें पता नहीं, but flotation cost is there. And here no premium, no discount. So we'll directly write like this. 100 is a face value, प्लस माइनस प्रीमियम डिस्काउंट कुछ है नहीं, तो डायरेक्टली इश्यू एक्सपेंसेस रुपीज 4%. हियर 4% ऑफ 400 मीन्स 4, सिंपल. प्लस ग्रोथ रेट, प्लस ग्रोथ रेट. हाउ many percentage growth is expected? 5%. That is 5%. If I convert in rupees, then if I convert this 5% in rupees, then that 5% it's for 100. For 1 rupee, how many? अगर मैं 100 रुपीज में ग्रोथ रेट देखूंगा तो मुझे 5 रुपीज ही मिलेंगे. 5% मतलब कि 5 rupees out of 100. But if I look at for a 1 rupees, then only 1 rupees, then Acha. Okay. Let me write like this. 5%. Okay. So 5% means 5 divided by 100. Are we clear? Are we clear how to put the values? Now go for the next step. 12 divided by 96 plus 5 divided by 100, 0.05. Now do the calculation. 12 divided by 96. You will get 0.125 plus 0.05. Right? Final answer, that will be 0.175. So are we clear? If I ask the same question in examinations, are you able to do? अगर मैं यही क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में पूछ लूँ कल जाके, ओके, मान लो कि मिड एग्जाम में यही क्वेश्चन आया, तो फिर क्या करोगे? द सेम थिंग. हेलो. Okay, let's take another example to understand the same thing. Then after we move for the next one. Now tell me the formula. I am not going to read this question. I am writing the formula. Now you need to tell me the values. Your KE is equal to D divided by NP plus Z. Now your turn. Please tell me the D, dividend per share. How many rupees? Dividend per share. How many rupees? Rupees 25. See the third line. Company pays the dividend of rupees 25. Okay, so 25 is a dividend rate. Now net profit. Net profit. NP. Write down the calculation itself. No need to give me the final answer. Write down the just calculation. How we find the NP? Face value plus premium, or we have discount, the less discount minus issue expenses. 105. Okay, so it look like this. 100 is the face value plus premium of 10% minus 5% issue expenses, and into, sorry, plus G means growth rate. How many percentage? Growth rate, how many percentage? 10%. Okay, see the last line. The growth is expected to 10%. So it look like this: 25 divided by 105 plus 0.10. Now do the division. 25 divided by 105. Okay, 0.2380 plus 0.10. You will get 0.3380. So all my dear, are we clear? Good. This is easy as compared to time value. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's go for the next question. Some variance is there. See this question. Anything new is given to you? Yes. Okay. If you read the first line, you get the idea. Directly click in your mind that in this question number 6, the current market price of the share. Instead of face value, the current price is given to you. Flotation cost is 5% and amount to be rupees 4.5 and is expected to growth at 7%. You are required to calculate the cost of equity capital. Here this amount 4.5 is amount of rupees डिविडेंड. ओके, ये डिविडेंड का अमाउंट है, यहाँ पे वर्ड मिसिंग है. Let me complete dividend. Just 1 minute. अपडेटेड क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे कर देता हूँ. So whenever, please remember, whenever the current market price is given to you, you are not supposed to think any of about premium, dividend, face value, or issue expenses. Are you getting my point? If the market price is given to you, you need to ignore the issue price, issue expenses, premium, discount, everything. Just directly use the second formula. Okay, here AE is equal to B divided by P0 plus G. Find out the dividend. Here dividend is 4.5 divided by P0. P0, how many? P0 means how many? The current market price, and that is 95. So divided by 95 plus D. D means growth rate, 7 divided by 100. So 4.5 divided by 95 plus 0.07. 4.5 divided by 95. You will get 0.0473. Plus 0.07. So 0.1173. Right? You are getting the same answer? So guys, now it's clear. Second method, dividend growth approach method. Okay, just 1 minute. Now we go for the next, third one. Write down the title. Earning price approach. Earning price approach. Also known as EPS, earning per share. Okay, cost of equity determined The market price of the share, it is a base on a future earning project or equity. I don't think so. These theories are required. Directly moving for the formula and directly we move for the practical question. Directly you will get the idea that how this all the things will move on, go on. See the formula. Write down the formula. I will explain this concept. Okay, don't worry. KE. Here K stand for cost of capital, E stand for E, so equity capital. So cost of equity capital is equal to E, capital E divided by NP. NP you know, net profit. Okay, face value plus premium or less discount, less issue expenses. E stand for earning per share. E stand for earning per share. Here earning per share means a net profit per share. It's a net profit per share, specifically for equity shares. For equity shares. Let me explain the structure here. First of all, we have incomes. Okay, we all have incomes. Okay, from that incomes, we are deducting all costs. What we will got? We get GP, gross profit. Okay, from the gross profit, we will deduct other expenses. So we get NP, net profit. From the net profit, if you deduct the interest, okay, less interest, so it's become a profit before tax. Less tax, now it's become profit after tax. Up to this, the structure is clear. Up to the profit after tax. Okay. First, we gather all the incomes. From the incomes, we deduct all the expenses. We get the gross profit. Here, expenses means related to trading and purchasing, sales, and all the activities. Then after we deduct the other expenses mean everything. Okay. Then after we get the net profit. From the net profit we will deduct the profit, sum of interest on debenture, interest on loan, and everything. Then after we get the profit before tax. Then from that we deduct the tax. We will get the profit after tax. Okay. From this profit after tax we have now two ways. ये जो भी profit है उसके दो रास्ते हैं. Suppose we have 5 lakh rupees right now. Okay. So there are two ways. Either it will be distributed as a dividend, or either it will be a retained earning, RE. Retained earning means reinvest, and dividend distribution means 5 lakh rupees will be divided between the shares. And suppose company has total 1 lakh equity shares. So here earning per share, EPS, is equal to PAT divided by number of share. You will get 5 lakh divided by 1 lakh. So if you have a one share of that particular company, you will get a earning of ₹5. This 5 is clear for everyone? Okay. Now see this question. A firm is considering an expenditure of rupees 75 lakh for expanding its operation. Okay, now one company is there, one firm is there, and the firm is thinking about to expand the business. The relevant information is given to you. For the expansion, company required how many rupees? 75 lakh rupees. For that, company is going for the issue of equity shares. And this information is about the right now, the present scenario of the company, this para, okay? This first four line. And this is for the remaining for the next issues. Let's understand. Number of equity shares. How many? How many shares? 10 lakh. Okay. Market value of existing share rupees 100. Net earning is rupees 100 lakh. Compute the cost of existing equity share capital and a new equity capital, assuming that new shares will be issued at rupees 92 per share and the cost of new issue will be rupees 2 per share. So here in this question, you need to calculate the cost of equity capital for existing equity shares and for new equity share capital. Formula remains same. There is no change. Okay. So don't worry whether it is existing or whether it is no. The concepts, calculations, everything remain same. Just write down the formula. Here KE is equal to which method we are assuming, which method we have adopted. We have adopted earning price model or earning per share model. So here earning per share model means A divided by NP. A divided by NP. Am I right? E divided by NP. Here E means E means earning per share. Here earning per share is not given to you, but see total earning is given to you. So first we need to find that. Okay. So here E is equal to total earning, total amount, total profit is 100 lakhs divided by number of shares. How many shares are there? Number of shares 10 lakh shares. So which amount you will get for E? 100 lakh divided by 10 lakh. Rupees 100 divided by 10, my dear, it's very simple. Here legs are common. So 100 divided by 10, you will get 10 rupees. So here 10 divided by NP. NP, net proceed. Net proceed. See here, net proceed is given to you for existing shares or something else is given to you. See here, what is given to you? Market value. And market value means here we are not supposed to use this NP. We need to use which value? Market value. And market value symbolized by P0. Tell me the final answer. Hello. 0.10. Okay. 0.10 is the final answer. This is the cost of existing, which is existing shares. Okay. Same we need to find for a new shares. Formula remains same. AE is equal to E divided by, here see, price is given to you or issue price is given to you for the new shares. For the new shares, see the last line, market value is given to you or issue price is given to you. So here we have issue price. So issue price means NP. Very simple. Is there any change? See, in a second condition, is there any change that there is an increase in a profit or there is a decrease in a profit? Anything is given to you about the profit? In additional information, that anything is given to you? Yes or no? Everyone quickly. No. Okay. So it means profit remains same. E remains same. 10. NP means face value प्लस माइनस डिस्काउंट जो भी है वो सो हियर फेस वैल्यू और इश्यू वैल्यू इज 92 minus issue expense is 2 and bracket over, so ultimately 100 divided by 90 and you will get 0.09 is the final answer. Are we clear about both the answers? Cost of capital for existing shares and cost of capital for new shares. Any doubt, any question, any queries? It is in pipeline, my dear. Within a 15 minutes, you will get all the materials of Unit 1, even though for Unit 2. Okay? Okay. Now, anything else to share? Okay. How many are you coming for offline classes?